This reading is going to be for those of you in Capricorn with different life path numbers. The card, this beautiful card of Capricorn is from the Cosmic Tarot. You have here the main qualities: prioritizing, analyzing, practicality. The color associated with Capricorn is indigo. The planet that rules Capricorn is Saturn, the planet of transition and responsibility and boundaries. And then, almost in a natural way, the card from Tarot associated with Capricorn is Devil. And in this particular deck, it's really the card of boundaries. The Devil as such knows how to make a first impression, and nobody can really beat Devil except the Capricorn with his tenacity. And of course, like a business person, they understand each other, they know how to deal with trials and temptation of the material world. Because Capricorn is such a sign of career, social standing, of material resourcing, physical existence, people born in Capricorn are very hard workers, high achievers, and responsible partners. Then we have the Dark Lord of the Devil card, who actually shows us a little glimpse in the darkest side of a person. Of course, it's connected with sin and temptation. He knows that wealth and material success can liberate us or enslave us. And with the planet of boundaries ruling this sign, it's like a good combination, because Saturn as such is assigned to the world card. So Devil is an entirely earthly creature, firmly rooted in the material world and associated with the pleasure and pain of the physical existence. And in this magical Nordic tarot deck is Thor, the god of thunder. And when he was angry enough, let's say, he could even create lightning and thunder. So when there are these boundaries, which actually, if we look here, the nice owl, the door is open. So the boundaries is what we create ourselves in our mind. If you have enough spark in you, there are no boundaries, actually. We see here this whirlwind of energy, and because he is in fear, he really has the feeling that he is captured, but he fails to see the opening. And the more you go in the spiral of fear, the more desperately you want to get out. It's like this spiral is pulling you down like a vortex. This wise owl here again shows you the way out. In the end, this is the emotional prison that we create in our mind. The main message with all these boundaries will be: find your own truth. And if we think of the symbol of Capricorn, that goat that can go up to the most inaccessible tops of the mountains with tenacity, with stability, with the focus that nothing can stop us. This is going to be the reading for those of you in Capricorn, where we had the color associated indigo, with life path number 1, the number of action, and this number is associated with the color red. So you will have now a combination of indigo with red, which makes you a person who really inspires respect. It's a very powerful color combination. You have the indigo, which gives you a strong intuition, and these two combined together, they get the color purple. This is really a powerful energy, a kind of overall view of everything that is going on in your life. You have a very strong feeling about past and the wisdom from the past, and you can just use that in your daily life, because it's like somebody said some time ago to me, it's not about old tradition, it's about ancient tradition. And ancient means rooted, means powerful tradition that we embody in our daily life. Something ancient, something that we just have to remember. And the affirmation that you can have with this action card are, I know what my destiny is, and I know everything that I need will come to me in an easy way. I am also capable to follow my purpose, and I'm sure I'm going to reach it. I thought that with this powerful Capricorn, some activation will be useful using the inner space cards of sacred geometry. And the card that came for you is this beautiful number 8, decisiveness. Endless circle in both thoughts and speech gets boring. Once you tire of your own fuss, you'll begin to recognize your pattern. Each time you catch yourself repeating your story as a way of preventing yourself moving forward, take a break. There's no point in judging yourself, however. It's about the realization of, hey, I'm doing it again. This is the alarm signal that will eventually lead you to be decisive and take action. So like repeating our stories, being stuck in our story doesn't allow us to evolve. And that was important because this energy, let's say the devil, the Capricorn, the Saturn, it's about transition, transforming, break free from the patterns, which this card also brings into our awareness. I thought for this reading to pick up a number and then see, or how many cards actually are we going to take from the tea leaf fortune cards, and you got the number 8. So you have 8 cards. Again, the number 8, it feels like this is a powerful number for you. And the cards that you got are the first, the card of desk. Pay attention to your work. So we have had a beautiful piece of furniture, but here it looks like it's a little bit disorganized and things that have to be handled. Then you have the card of bowel, plenty of material things. So know that material things can, like we said with the devil, give us freedom or enslave us. Use them, enjoy them, but then let's say move on. The next card that came for you is this beautiful card of a valley. Deep personal strength and peace that assures success. Something that maybe you need to achieve. You have this beautiful landscape and this red sun like your color. Find your peace with the indigo color, for sure you can do that. The next card is the card of barrel. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. So you are invited with this inner peace to look into all the aspects of your life and find out which ones are not fulfilling you. Maybe it's this work here, something that you have to do. Maybe you cannot get your substance from the material things. So I will put it here. The next card that came for you is the card of cup. You should accept valid criticism. I see this is a card of friendship. In a way, you drink a tea because you have here the teapot with somebody it's close to you. Like in Afghanistan, people used to say you become family after you drink 3 times a cup of tea with somebody. The first time you are acquaintance, then you become friends, and then you are family. So just accept that whatever people are telling you, maybe they want to help you with this blockage that you had there, and wherever they are telling you, it's with good intention, and maybe even use it. The next card is the card of heart, love, deep affection, and caring. So that's beautiful. Maybe these two together, this friendship here, somebody who wants to give you advice with the best intention ever. Be passionate about whatever you have to do. Do it with the heart. Talk from your heart. Just use the energy of the heart, and then everything can be solved. Because now you get the card of inkpot, problems to be resolved. So some ink there on your desktop, something urgent. Maybe that's the criticism about the problems that are not solved. So now it's time to do it and trust. You have friendship, you have support, you have people that can help you. And then you have the card, this beautiful tulip, where you have the red again, like in the heart, like in the sun. Maybe the ink was more indigo. And if you do whatever you have to do with passion, if it's about relationship, if it's about friendship, it's also about work or other issues that you have to solve, everything it's working out perfectly, I will say, for you. Find the passion in your heart. And I will end this reading with a card from the Magical Nordic Tarot. The card that comes for you, it's another 8. Justice or balance in most decks. This is the card of strength. A woman wearing a red cloak, red, of course, stands in the middle of the snowy landscape. Her expression, like the snow around her, is as cold as ice, and she is holding a scale symbolizing justice. Neither a hero nor villain, she is simply karma personified. A black bear, signifying strength and inner wisdom, that you also had here, stands beside her. Like the bear, which can either protect and guard its companion or hurt and attack them, this card symbolizes the way our choices and action determine the outcome of the scales. I am fair and honest. But these are the friends that you have. Keep them close to you, because in this way you are indestructible. And I will have to think now, when I see this balance and these two, no hero, no villain, I have to think of the North Node and the South Node. It will be very important for you to see where you have them, in which sign, and especially now, at the moment that you look at this video, if you can see in which houses they are transiting, because these two are putting us on the right direction. If it's the pathway of our soul, from every 19 years when they go back in the same sign they were at our birth, and then every 9 years when they are opposite, or every 4.5 years when they can just give us a kind of choice point. They are just showing us what to do in order to keep ourselves on the right track, because if you remember this balance symbol, it's associated with the goddess Maat, which is going to measure your heart at the end of your life, and if it's more than a feather, then I will say you have to come back. So just keep this peaceful, harmonious balance in your heart despite all the issues. Give up your stories and create new ones in which you are not the hero or the villain. You are fair and honest, free of boundaries and fears. I hope these cards are useful for you. Thank you for watching. This is going to be the reading for those of you in Capricorn, where we had the color indigo with life path number 2, the number of association, and this time you have the color orange for the life path number 2. With this life path, we can also think of certain affirmations. I find myself, like this mirroring, and I'm giving myself the attention that I need. I know that I can stand up for myself, and if it's necessary, I know when to ask for help. So this could be useful in the transformation process. And because of this color combination of indigo with orange, you are a person with a lot of knowledge. You really want to understand the world around you. You look for answers on the most basic question about what's the use of life, and you are not so much interested in small details or the daily life. And you can also not be worried about the future, because it's just a waste of time. So I will say you live somehow in a quantum time where the past, the present, and the future are all one, and you just try to understand why. And that answer is definitely inside yourself. And because of this moment in time, especially because you have Saturn as a ruler of Capricorn, all this transition period, it's important to look in ourselves and find there the codes that can be activated. And what better tool than the sacred geometry? I have here a beautiful card from the inner space for you. It's called the self-confidence. That was one of the affirmation of this number 2, from the art of creation. Self-confidence is something the ego likes to make use of, saying things like I'm so insecure or I'm self-confident. Self-confidence has nothing to do with being certain, because certainty is an illusion anyway. The only thing we know for sure is that everything is changeable and impermanent. And that is number 5, the number of change. Trust is not the same as certainty. We often project trust into something or someone else. Can I trust you? The true question is, how can I be true to myself in this connection or this situation? Yes, because when we don't trust somebody, we cannot ask for help. So we are not really true in a connection or a situation. And I had the experience not long time ago when I wanted to ask myself what a certain experience taught me. Actually, somebody stole money from me in a deceiving way, and I realized that I was not really honest to myself, because I didn't really dare to say no. They act like they were my daughter, so I thought I will have to say no to my daughter, but my feeling, my instinct was to say no. So that's self-confidence. It's more, can I trust myself to be honest in or true to myself in any connection or any situation. And the way I'm going to do this reading is to pick up a number, and you get number 10. And with this number, I am just going to take 10 cards from the tea leaf fortune cards and see from there what messages and what story is coming up for you. The first card, it's a dark woman. Dealing or relationship with a woman with dark complexion of hair. It's a friend or somebody you have a relationship. It can be business or a social nature. We will maybe find out more what this woman means for you. The next card you get, it's the card of the hat. You will be playing a different role. You know, you put a new hat, you have a new role. In this dream that we call life. The ocean represents the cradle of all creation, while the sunrise indicates new starts and fresh ideas. The hat signifies that you will be soon playing a different role in your life. Maybe something to do with this woman here that show up. The next card, it's a stork, news of a bird or a new business opportunity. Yes, that could go well with this new hat that you have, or maybe just become a parent. Who knows, if you are in that moment in lifetime. It can also be to somebody that you are connected with, like maybe this woman over here. The next card is a fairy woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, gray or white hair. Several women here in your stories, because you said you can ask for help. Maybe there are person or friends who will come on your path. You will create your own community of kindred spirits. And then you have the card of the harp, great happiness. So let's hope that this person brings you happiness. And I also see here the symbol of a dragon, which is very powerful. Maybe with this combination of colors, and we said you are interested in real truth about life, you will find inner happiness. Maybe you have contact with a spiritual person, and then you find your sacred partner, or you just find contentment in any relationship you have, like in this number 2 card. And the next card is the card of a flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. I think in order to find this great happiness, definitely you have to pay attention not to lower your standards. And remember what we said here about trust. The standard will be how honest you can show yourself and speak up your truth in every relationship. And then you have this mountain road. You are on the road to success. Yes, definitely. But I think the way it shows here the road, you really have to drive carefully and pay attention. And it's also what he said, don't be tempted to lower your standards. And then you will definitely reach that higher point. And these are some teardrops, some great personal sorrow, or maybe something you cannot avoid, maybe in the situation with one of these people here. We don't really see if it's your eyes or somebody else's eyes, but I will say, because you are on the way to success, pay attention to dark women or the fair women. I don't know why this dark woman looks more like somebody who can create some sorrow for you, and that will force you to play a different role. The last two cards, because you still have two of them. Yes, fear, worries, tense situation. So that's maybe the personal sorrow. I think this road to success, it's a difficult one in a way, because it creates some fears and worries, but you will manage. You are on the road, and you also have this card of the harp that brings you great happiness. And then you have flute, disappointment in a friend or lover. That could justify the great sorrow and even the maybe the fears and the tense situation. It's more here on the way to happiness, and the disappointment will come here maybe with a new business. But wherever the situation is, remember that's all about you having clear boundaries and building this self-confidence. And if people do not react the way you expect in some situation, you can always put another hat and playing a different role. And in this way, I find that this mountain road, it's one of the most powerful cards here for you. And of course, with the frequency of the music of your soul that brings you great happiness. And I will end the reading with a card from the Magical Nordic Tarot. And you have the card of communication. Know that wherever you are in a busy period of your life, in resonance with what we had up to now, communication is very important. When you are in high demand, like you have a lot of messages, email, things that you have to organize, this card also indicates that it will be a favorable outcome for you. If it's about a business or even a job interview, something new that you want to start, things will finally come your way. If it's about love, we also had here friendship or lovers, be prepared to receive unexpected messages, and sometimes even from old, because maybe you have here a present person and somebody from the past, maybe some closure that has to happen. Pay attention to any message that you get, because it can be like a blessing in disguise, or they will offer you an opportunity in disguise. And even maybe this fear, worries, and I better put it with these personal sorrows and things, they can come from some messages from the past. But it's also good to have a closure and then have a new beginning, and that new beginning will get you to the great happiness you deserve, because you look for the answers to true questions, life questions, and you are not going to be turned back from your road by daily issues. I will also say you are a powerful spiritual being, and keep that in mind. Use your heart and self-love to deal with any things that try to stop you from this road to success. I hope these cards are useful for you, and thank you for watching. This is going to be the reading for those of you in Capricorn, where we had the color indigo with life path number 3, the number of communication. And for this life path number, we have the color yellow. First, some affirmation for the energy of number 3. I am using my creativity and my talents. I communicate with joy and I take advantage of what life offers me every day. I create with pleasure and I also share with others. So this combination of colors makes you a person with like more faces, but that means that you can just easily change your lifestyle and you have the mental and emotional freedom to do that. It feels like your spirit always wants more, and you just love to start new project and have more things to do in the same time. Maybe sometimes you need a little bit of structure to bring in your life. And because of this powerful Capricorn energy, I decided to use some sacred geometry symbols from the inner space. And the card that came for you, it's this transfiguration. You are finding a new form on multiple levels. Old patterns and negative beliefs can be discarded and new insights can change your behavior. Give yourself room to experiment or permission not to have to stay who you are. Actually, that's what you do already with your combination of color. This helps you to grow, strength, your creativity, and maybe even your communication skills. And for this reading, I decided to have cards from the tea leaf fortune cards and then see what are the messages or the story from these cards. And you got a number 9, which means 9 tea leaves. And then we will see the story that we get. The first card for you is this leg stepping into a new experience. Okay, it's like a new area where you walk, new land, crops are growing. Maybe you have some protection here and you step very firmly and very decided in these new challenges. That's definitely like you with your color combination. Then you have a wrath or sorrow over a loss. You are going to suffer a loss maybe in a business situation or in a legal matter or even a friendship. When you try new experience, it's possible that some people do not get you. Then you have the card of beetle, which is good fortune. This beetle walks on a golden path. It's like he creates the pattern, you see, with his legs, with his firm and decided legs. And this is a good fortune that will smile to you. So despite maybe the disappointment, this new experience, it's going to bring you good fortune. Then you have the card of ladder, climbing towards success. Yes, so still going up. You have some small clouds here. The sky is shining, but this, it shows that you go up to success in whatever aspect of your life this new experience is. And there are some temporary problems, but you will overcome them. So maybe this lost, let's put it here. Then these are the clouds and even the colors a little bit, and then you get the golden ladder like with that beetle. Then you have the card of money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. Again, this golden here. So definitely there was even some gold over there. This path, it's filled with gold coins. It is hidden in a way somewhere. It is up to you to find it. There is a path for you for success, like in this one, but you have to find it. It's not going to show herself to you. You have to find a way to access it. And it is a challenge, and you really love challenges. And remember, we have this yellow color here. Then you have the card of ear, good news. You are getting some nice news, but just pay attention, listen, and let go of any negative attitude and try to see the bright side of things. I try to see this golden path. And then you have the card of not, which again is a golden one, but unsuccessful plans, which I said that there are some issues which you already know from the other cards, let's say, something that can stop on your path. But remember, it said here that if you see the bright side of things, you can get out of this. And maybe the unsuccessful plans are giving you some sorrow, but just trust. These are also the clouds that we said here, and then you can get over them. And then you have the card of bread. So after that, if you get out of the knot, you have this period of prosperity and abundance. You see that is too much flour coming out of this bag, and this is your hard work. And the bread and the flour, it's the result of your labor, because this is our daily bread. So you will get this, you will enjoy this period, and this is going to be mostly around your home. And then how many we have? 8, one more. And the last card is a cat, a two-faced friend. So somebody who is then here with the sorrows, like we said. Be careful with maybe people who are jealous with your success. Listen, pay attention, like we said, and just take the good from everything that comes, and remain optimist, because I see this. The golden things are more starting with the first steps in this experience, and don't forget, it's about transfiguration. I hope you enjoy your cards and the messages are useful for you, and thank you for watching. This is going to be the reading for those of you in Capricorn, where we have the color indigo with life path number 4, the number of home, of stability. And for this life path you have the color green. So you will have a combination of color indigo with green. But first, some affirmation for this number 4. I possess all the power that I need in order to realize my dreams. I also take my time before I create the life that I'm dreaming of, and I take also care of myself. I am totally confident in my success. And with the combination of these two colors, you are a person who is always looking for new horizons, because your soul is the one that encourages you to go beyond your boundaries, to understand new ideas, to travel, to try whatever new ideas you discovered. And the green color, it's also bringing you a little bit of security in these wild adventures. You have always deep motivation for going beyond your boundaries, and in this way you also can understand other people. And with this energy, especially with Capricorn, where the ruler is Saturn, with the boundaries and the adventures that you just had, I thought that a card of sacred geometry can be useful, and I pick up a card from the inner space for you, and you have this card of desire. Just said that you always need to go beyond. This is about being able to distinguish between your needs and your desires. Beneath an immediate need, a deeper desire may be hidden that is blocked by a conviction. For example, The desire for a connection may express a need that reflects a deeper desire for self-acceptance, which is blocked by a false sense of not being good enough. So if all the desires are coming from a place of gratitude for what you have, and with unconditional love for yourself, then your desires can become reality. Nothing that you experience is personal. Whatever others do to you is a projection or expression of what they apparently have to live out and learn on or not learn. Actually, it's not about you at all. You can choose to either give it to melancholy or seek out the love and the deeper desire within yourself. And that's what also the affirmation were about, that everything you need, it's already in you. And for these readings, I decide to pick up a number and then see how many cards I'm going to use from the tea leaf fortune cards. And you get the number 10. So I will pick up 10 cards for you, and then we see what kind of story we create with all these cards. The first card for you, it's the card of a bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. We see this bridge between two high cliffs. We have here a stream rushes down. The sun is shining, the sky is blue. This is maybe a problem that somehow bothers you, but for sure you will overcome successfully. I have to put it here because it's like coming together with the affirmation from number 4. The next card you get is the tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance. I will say crossing that bridge is risky. And the tiger is like asking you to pay attention. Maybe you are even considering now to do a risky adventure. Consider all the possibilities and know that it can be risking, but you take a chance, and then it's like maybe crossing that bridge that seems risky to do. Then you have another animal here. Now you have a pig. Be aware of greed. This card advises you to pay attention of maybe other people around you that can harm you with their greed. So maybe that's the risk that you are taking here. The next card, it's the card of Lily. Wow, spiritual love. So maybe the risk that you take here, it's about heart issues, trying to build a home, but then you get this beautiful white lily, which really talks about heart and mind, and then unite them with pure love, divine. And you can share this love. Maybe you find it in yourself only, and it's time for you to share with other people. Wow. So you take a risk, but you definitely, oh my goodness, you got this unconditional love. Like it was here, this card of desire was connected also with unconditional love. Then you have the chain card. Chain of events that will affect your life. This could be the events around the world, and your life is going to be affected directly or indirectly. It's also combined maybe with the risk, but you still take the risk. You do what you have to do because you have this beautiful love in your heart, and maybe you are even going to find it with another person. The next card, it's the kind of mountain. Wow, major challenge to overcome. So this chain of events, maybe it's going to create a problem, a challenge for you. It is not easy to go around this challenge or go over it. There are all kind of suggestions of roads here, but you choose the path carefully. You like challenges, and with the right path, the success will be. And then you get the card of Creep, which is really a beautiful card. You see here a lot of celebration. This can be really the birth of a child or the birth of something new, a business, a new concept, new start, and you overcome the challenge, and then this new beginning on your path. Then you get the card of Flute, which is disappointment in a friend, of a lover. There was some nice music, the flowers are not so fresh anymore. So on this challenge, maybe you are going to feel some disappointments, but don't worry. With your heart full of spiritual, unconditional love, you understand that everybody has his own path. Maybe it's the same here, like this, be aware of the great people around you. It's not about, I think it was even in this card of desire, it's not about what people do to you, because nobody can do you anything. It's about how you experience. And if you feel sadness and disappointment, that's it, that's another experience. But then you find a power in your heart, because you have the power in you to move on and continue on your journey. And then you have the next card of a carriage. I just said the word journey, a journey either physical or mental. So you have flowers and trees along the road. You take this journey, and whatever your perception of the situation is, at the end of the journey, you will see it in a different way. And then the last card, I think we have 2, 4, 6, yes, one more. Then you have this hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. After the journey, you are now changed, and then you can take a rest. Desire, because we said in the beginning, you also take care of yourself. And in order to end this reading, I'm going to pick up a card for you from the Magical Nordic Tarot. And you get the card of Temperance. I heal others by healing myself. This was all the journeys here all about. The spirit animals of the Nordic god Odin were 2 ravens called Hugin and Munin, meaning thought and memory. This is a card of balance. It often appears when the pressure of life becomes too heavy to carry and the action of others starts disrupting your peace. Whether it's cancelling plans in order to stay home or simply taking a few days off to relax, it marks a time when healthy boundaries are key and your well-being needs to come first. Breathe and keep calm, for this too shall pass, and your outer world will match your inner world again. Wherever challenges you have here, trust that you can find your inner balance again. And like this woman here with one foot on water and with the other one out, she needs to deal with her emotion and stay grounding in the same time, letting go of the old, welcoming the new. And the house here, look, the house from your number, they could also be the stability that she has. And then you have here the salmon, which is about healing, because he is swimming so happily in the water. Have the beautiful flowers expressing growth, and a spirit animal, which is your strength and watching you. And I will say also the northern lights. The beauty is somehow on your back, and if you turn around, you will just see it. I hope this information were useful for you. Just go for your desires, for your dreams, and trust that all is well. Thank you for watching. This is going to be the reading for those of you in Capricorn, where we have the color indigo, with life path number 5, the life path of freedom, where you have the color blue. And I will start with some affirmation for this card of liberty. I accept the challenges that are on my path and I allowed myself to enjoy life, because number 5, it's also a number of challenging changes in order to find this freedom. I go on without fear of changings, and I let go of the things that I don't need from the past. Because with this combination of color, I would say you have a heavy blue coming out, because you are with indigo and blue, and indigo is already blue and violet. I just think that you have a strong feeling of duty, of things being in order. I just know that people call me a blue person because I have to make sure that all the details are in order. And because you are like this, you also have expectations from other people, or at least to give you something back. And sometimes you are disappointed when they don't do that. And it's also a disappointment in yourself, because you have so high expectation. You don't feel good, that you constantly have the feeling that somehow you have to check on others if they really did their part well or not. So this is something to break free from, but the feeling it's there, and that can be the boundaries that you have even here with Saturn, and the fear that keeps you there in this vortex, like in the card of the devil. But definitely you also have the qualities to break free and feel free. And for more energy, I will pick up a card from the inner space, from the sacred geometry, a beautiful symbol here, from knowledge to wisdom, communication. Because we said here that you can be disappointed in others, maybe they don't even know what your expectations are. Your communication is often in relationship to the outside world. Perhaps you feel a great need to talk to others, and you have a tendency to say a lot. But if you skip the inner conversation with yourself, this can lead to miscommunication with others. How do you communicate with yourself? Do you listen to your body? Can you distinguish your thoughts from your mind? What kind of connection do you have between your physical and mental self? Are you able to experience that you perceive all your thoughts, feelings, and sensations, but that you are not them? Wow. Just look with the inner eye inside you and see who you are. And this is about recognizing what you are pushing away, but also seeing how you are doing this to yourself. This will continue until something from outside stops it. Do you want to wait for that? How long will you stay shut off? What's real doesn't have to be thought up first or wait for the right moment. The point is that you tell it from the heart. Yeah, like a blue person, a lot in your head, trying to look even the colors here. You have the beautiful indigo. Wow. And the way I decided to conduct this reading is to pick up a number, and for you it's the number 4, and to see what cards you get from the tea leaf fortune cards, and then make a story from there. And the first card you get, it's the card of the cup. You should accept valid criticism. When I see these cups, I think of friendship, because you have not only a teacup, but you also have a teapot. So you drink a tea with a friend, like in Afghanistan. If you drink 3 times a tea with somebody, you are a friend of that person. First time is acquaintance, then it's become friendship. Actually 3 times was for family already. Whatever level you are in a relationship with a person, once you drink this tea, it means you have to accept their opinion as maybe well intended. That's why it says that it's valid criticism, or at least to think about it. Maybe it's about your way of communicating, maybe it's about the way you expect people to be. Then the next card for you is this fair man. Dealing or a relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. It doesn't say if it's a romantic, a business, a social nature. That's exactly the three different situations we said here with a cup, and just pay attention to whatever this person has to say. Then you have the bowl, plenty of material things. This is a card, not really positive or negative, but it just shows that you can have a lot of things. They maybe don't make you happy, because in the end, if you just keep them and look at them, you don't know what is here under. Maybe they are rotted. So it's not that having things will bring you happiness, but it's important you have them and you have an abundance. You just have to enjoy it, or try to enjoy it. You don't have to do anything. And the last card, the fourth card, it's the vulture. Depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you or someone thinks badly about you. Maybe people are waiting for you to make a mistake, then they can complain about you. But it's more about your thoughts, and you are in the prison of your thoughts. And this is hard, because you are so decided to do your work well or doing your duties well. And then, of course, if you have the feeling, like it said in that card, that you are not good enough, that can give depression, that can give a feeling of anxiety. So don't choose fear. You can get free even from that feeling. To clarify a little bit the air, I will pick up a card from the magical Nordic Tarot, and you end up with two cards. You have the card of Hierophant, which is just another number 5, the knowledge, and you have from knowledge to wisdom, and then you have the Fool, about new beginnings. This is card of being guided by knowledge. This is the god of thunder. He has the power to heal or to harm. It's just how he decides to use it. You have the two pillars here, and he's a healer and a teacher in the same time. You have this eagle symbolizing the spiritual connection, and these two in front of him, they are just waiting for his blessing. So it's a period of personal development. There are all kinds of opportunities to expand your mind, and from this knowledge you are just learning through experiences, through research, through study. And that could be also interesting developments in love, because like this couple here finding a spiritual communion, and the need to confirm in the same time. The Hierophant, it's also about rules, and you are here with the rules. This just confirms the path you are on with this fair man here, maybe in a relationship of some kind. But then I was talking with somebody some days ago about relationship, and one of the remarks was that if you manage to get to the point in which you trust the other person, or trust your inner compass more, I will say, that you can detect if the intentions are good, whatever that person is telling you. So then you don't feel hurt anymore. Whatever he or she is telling you, the other person, it's with well intention. That will be the wisdom in approaching relationship. And then, of course, you have this beautiful new beginnings with a journey through life, trusting, the northern light. You have your friends, and you have yourself, because this is in this card, the godlike giant, Ymir, who gave birth to other gods, and this is how the world started. But we are all like a god for our own life, at least. This is protection, this white wolf here, the simple clothes that he is wearing. He just stepped bravely in a new and excitement adventure. It is what you need, a leap of fate, and that will be the way to get out of these boundaries of fear, of the depression. I will say, as somebody who went through something like this, that it was like not recognizing who I really am. I had indeed to get out of my own prison. Like Jim Carrey said, depression is your avatar telling you that he's fed up with the role you are playing. You are imposing yourself maybe a role, and then you need this freedom, and that's the real card of the freedom, this card of the Fool. It's encouraging you to be daring and brave, yet practical, but then you can start a new exciting chapter in your life. I hope that these cards are somehow useful for you. I wish you all the best and thank you for watching. This is going to be the reading for those of you in Capricorn, where we have the color indigo with life path number 6, the number of harmony. And with this number you get again the color indigo. So you have truly a lot of indigo with this combination. Some messages that comes with this harmony card. I always listen to my needs. I give and receive love, and I do this with joy. I live in harmony with myself and with others, and I give advice to those who are in need and also ask for it, and I do this without asking anything in return. So this is what the color means to you, and with the combination and such, you have the tendency to take life too seriously. You don't have enough pleasure, and it's not really bad if you are just honest about what you really enjoy in life. If this is your way to have harmony, that's also more than enough. You are acting very courageous, and you are attracted to serious subjects, let's say, like the law or mathematics and philosophy. So you are a person that can be counted on. For the energy of Capricorn and Saturn, I thought some sacred geometry can be useful, and then you get this beautiful card of a turning point from ego to authenticity. I find it really beautiful just to look at it. Not all days are equally inspiring. It can be this way for a little while, but sometimes it really goes on for too long. Then you will experience a feeling of resistance, and waiting for something to change will no longer be an option. What you first experience as a minor irritation is now seriously uncomfortable. Apply that brakes and change direction. Saying yes to life sometimes starts with saying no. Perhaps you have the tendency to react to something and then later feel uncomfortable about what you said or done. You can go back and review the situation. It's a good exercise in setting your boundaries. And don't forget, you have the tendency to take life seriously, and then maybe in this way you lose your harmony. And the way I conducted these readings was to look for a number, and you get the number 11. And with this number, I'm going to look for 11 cards for you from the tea leaf fortune cards and see what kind of stories we get with the cards. And the first card for you, it's this beautiful box. You will receive a gift. So we don't know what is inside. A gift can be of any kind, even a spiritual gift. So you will maybe get it once you do this turning point. A kind of same image here with the thing in the center. You have the key maybe to this gift. The next card is the card of club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. It's a warning that somebody maybe will try to push you in doing things that are against your better judgment, with whatever reasons. You need to be aware, and doesn't mean you also have to do it. It's up to you, of course. Then you have the bat. Take care. Enemies are working against you. maybe the same as in this one. Somebody is waiting in the darkness for you, and this is also a warning. Pay attention what you say and what you do, so they then cannot, maybe it's a kind of blackmail situation, they use something against you, just to be aware of it. Then the next card will be the grapes. Time to go out and have fun, an idea to break up with the routine. Maybe you are too serious, like you said here. We have the indigo color here. Enjoy life, despite, no need to be afraid of anything. Then you get this fair woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. I don't know, maybe it could also be the one who's here involved. I'll just make a wild guess. Then you have the card of a bird. News are on the way, or is on the way. This bird is travel quickly, and she can go around the world. If you see a map there, in a short time, that you can maybe receive a package or a letter. It doesn't mean anything more than that. Maybe it's from this woman because it's like the same kind of color. But don't worry, because it is a gift, even if it's something not always, let's say, positive. We are looking for positive things, but in this enlightenment trend in our lives, it's also good to have some endowments and in experience that are not so pleasant. They can also be a gift, like here, a spiritual gift. Then you have the card of the seahorse. Family matters. You can figure out if you have some issues in the family, because maybe it's too much that you have to do. That's why you have to go out and have some fun, and because this male seahorse has to carry the eggs and pull him a little bit down. So just pay attention not to have too much on your not on your plate, but here is more on your back to carry. Then the next card, it's the card of Tower. Success with effort, solid foundation. So you will have definitely success, and it's not a success that comes overnight. You just work hard and it will last, even if things try to break it, because the foundation, it's strong, and you know that when with your effort, even this effort that you do here, you build something that it's going to last. And if it will be a success that just appears overnight, it just also disappear in the same way. So I see this as a nice story. If that comes to this, how hard it is, you are just building something powerful. And then, of course, this yoga card, feeling tied down or frustrated, yeah, but for the family matters, for the stories that are happening around you. But it also says that whatever you feel frustrated about and you wish to break free, nobody can help you. You just have to give your freedom yourself. Like in this devil card, those boundaries are created in our mind. Break free. If you look for a harmony, it is your choice. The cage is not closed. Yes, let's say that the effort maybe, or the work here with the family matters, they can frustrate you at some level. And then you have the card of the needle and the thread. A sincere wish will be granted. So yeah, maybe the frustration, it's over. It is, I think, connected with something from the Bible, but I don't remember now the story as well as good as I should. I think the idea is that once you have the thread in this needle, then the wish can be granted. So you have a deep wish, something important to your heart. It is a kind of work here. Maybe you get frustrated because you don't manage to do the thread through this needle. Of course, the eye of the needle is small, I would say it will take me a while before I can do it if I'm not using my glasses, even so. So that could give you some frustration. It's about this work, but in the end, you do it. This is part of the effort you do. And in this way, the wish you have will be granted. And then I think we are at the last card. Yes. And look at that. You'll be received or giving a precious gift. You have here the beautiful roses. The roses are a symbol of romance. These beautiful lilies here are about spiritual love. And then, of course, you have the diamond, which is not necessarily that makes it amazing gift because it's expensive. It can also be something that it's not expensive or doesn't really have a material value, but it's important for the one who gives it or for the one who receives it. And that makes it so precious. And I will put it here back with a box because maybe this is the gift that you will receive. It's precious. You need first to go through this to find the key in order to open it. And yes, once you manage, your wish is granted, and then the gift, it's coming. And it was also here with the news are on the way. Maybe this reading is the news. I hope so, at least. And to end, I will pick up a card from the Magical Nordic Tarot, tarot card, and you have the Emperor, which is a card of maturity. You have the knowledge, for sure, how to keep the harmony in your life. And we have this Nordic god of poetry and war, Odin here, the All Father, who has a magical spear here. So you are a magician with this card. And you have here a compass that shows you the direction. You have a beautiful white snow owl, exactly the same as in the card of the devil. This time she's free. She's just assisting you in taking the leadership role that you deserve. And wherever you are doing, any dispute that is going on, everything will be settled. You also have this crystal sphere here that shows your confidence, and you are following only your heart, your own advice, and nobody else, even if somebody tries to convince you to do things that you don't like. Hoping the best, and thank you for watching. This is going to be the reading for those of you in Capricorn, where we had the color indigo with life path number 7, the number of spirituality. And with this number, you get the color violet. So this is going to be the combination of your color. But for the number 7, some messages or like affirmation. I am very aware of my thoughts and my choices. I am detached from everything that is not essential for my soul, and I am happy with my own presence. I am a divine source. Of course, with this spirituality path, you know that we are multidimensional spirits in human form. And with the combination of colors that you have, you are a person who likes to discover things, because there is always a light on the things that we tend to hide, and somehow you have a strong intuition and also a good spiritual feeling, and that somehow attracts you to mysteries. And even when people try to hide things, you just see them, you just experience them, or you just feel them, or whatever other clair gift you have. And most of the time you are living more in your head and in your dream world, when the hard reality, it's getting too much for you. You have a lot of violet, because indigo is also violet with blue, so that makes your intuition stronger. And this tendency to live in a, let's say, spirit world. And to assist you with the energy that you have, I am going to use some sacred geometry with a card from the inner space, and you have the beautiful card of awareness, from knowledge to wisdom. Search for explicable facts, spinning around trying to find an answer to why, just keeps you stuck in thinking. Being aware that we don't know also brings acceptance. I did a Druid workshop, and one of the challenge was to accept that we don't know. This gives us space to get to the active question, how can I deal with this? It removes you from off the feelings of powerlessness and puts you squarely back in your creative capacity. Yes, because you like to search for the meaning of things. And I remember somebody give as an example that coffee is coffee, and now I'm using his. A person asks you if you like coffee. If you are not too much in the spiritual world, you will just say yes or no. But if you are like the people busy with spirituality, they will start asking where is the coffee from and how did you made it and what kind of water you use, going in too many details, wanting to know too much. So I will say be aware and let coffee be coffee. And how I conduct these readings was to pick up a number and then see how many cards, and for you it's the number 9, how many cards I will pick up from tea leaf fortune cards for you, and then from there make a story. And the cards for you are, first you have this bull, do not back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude. I see like this bull is ready to, in a way, to attack. It's hidden at this point, and you will need all your strength and fortitude to face a person or a situation, but you do not have to back down, because like this bull, it's definitely not going to back down either. The next card, it's the card of tulip, which shows a lot of passion, can be romantically, but also can be on this spiritual path. So you are able to face this opposition wherever that is. The next card, it's the card of an apple. And temptation will test you. Maybe you are tempting to back off, but see, this is a beautiful tree, but we have the serpent here ready to bite if you are not paying attention. So something maybe will happen against your better judgment, or even try to do something that you know is wrong, thinking that nobody can find out, just to escape maybe from a situation, but know that it is a challenge maybe that you have to go through. And the next card for you is this beautiful owl. You get a good advice from a wise person. So maybe when you are tempted and you don't know exactly what to do, paying attention to the signs, and then first find somebody you really trust and respect, of somebody who is well informed, and just take note of their meaning and their advice, because this wise owl, like in the card of the devil here, just observes everything that happens, and everything is for a good reason, so all is well. That's what this wise owl is in the end telling us, even the experience that can be less pleasant. The next card for you is this beautiful sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. So maybe that's what you are tempted to do, or this is all really going to happen. Maybe this is the advice you get, to go for a fresh start. Then you have the card of the wheel, allowing your life to ramble. You maybe used to do that, maybe you were tempted to do that, let's say, And now with this new creative idea, new ventures, you are going to have a fresh start. And from this point on, you get some direction and purpose. You can apply this to one aspect in your life, maybe wherever you are tempted, or in all aspects of your life. Don't be afraid to be attached to things. Maybe that's what a will is, just moving on. Even you can say it to new things all the time, that it gets difficult, start something new. But just stop, let's say, doing that. Find your passion, the great passion, and then with the awareness that you are the co-creator of your reality, just find your direction. The next card, it's this basket. I will say, if you do that, you will be rewarded, you will get a recognition, you find abundance together with this purpose that you are getting, and you follow it with passion. And then you get the card of the Valley. Deep personal strength and peace that assures success. You've got a beautiful card. Have this landscape, the sun there. Wow. You are on the right path. And we have 2, 4, 6, 8. One more card for you. And this is the card of flowers. Pure happiness. Maybe it's for a certain time frame, but you have these beautiful flowers, a tree, a songbird. She looks so carefree. A period of real happiness and peace of mind after a little bit of struggle in the beginning. And to end this reading, I'm going to look up for a card from the Magical Nordic Tarot for you, a tarot card, and you get the card of a new beginnings. So maybe that's what it's all about, and a new beginning with a new start once you align with your passion and you are focusing on what you like. And then you are like this full, because you know that all you need is yourself. You have here this white wolf, which is a kind of protection with simple things, and you are open to everything and anything, and you just bravely step into the new world, into these new adventures. And you know that this is an exciting new chapter in your life. It's beautiful lights around you. I hope that these cards are useful for you and the information, and for the rest, just enjoy the journey. Thank you for watching. This is going to be the reading for those of you in Capricorn, when we have the color indigo and life path number 8, the number of power. And this number has as color associated the color magenta. So I found a beautiful card of sacred geometry from the inner space that I somehow see that it's combining the two colors, the card of empowerment. First, I will read you what this combination of color means for you. With indigo and magenta, you spend a lot of time taking care of others, of thinking of other people's well-being. And sometimes you are becoming almost like a saint, and as any other saint, you can also become radical, that you just move on from all the thought patterns that you have, and you stand in front of the mirror looking at yourself and realize that you can change, you want to change, even if those thought patterns brought you where you are. You just want to see if you can experience something different. And that's a kind of spiritual energy, and this is the way your soul tries to evolve. And for that, this card of empowerment, I think it's a good one. On the one hand, you want more freedom, and on the other hand, you are afraid of the responsibilities that will go with it. Can I handle it? Am I being unrealistic about my goals? Is this real for me? It helps to accept that you are afraid. To admit your fear is to feel your strength. You have the power of strength. If you continue to embrace your fear, hope will win automatically. So just confront something from your reality. Like we said, you even choose to do that. It's like you're going in a battle with yourself. You dare that you can make it. And it's hard to let go of the attachments. But this is the responsibility you take. And with this, it's the freedom that comes, the one that you are really looking for. And the card number 8 also has some messages like mantras or affirmation. I will take my place and I'm going to shine. I will speak my truth with simplicity and kindness. I'm using the magnetic force that I have just to help the people around me, which we said you like to do. I will try to live according to the law of divine justice. Beautiful affirmations for you. And the way I conduct this reading was to pick up a number and then see how many cards I have to take from the tea leaf fortune cards. And for you, I will have 7 cards, or you will have 7 cards. And the first card, it's the card of Gavel, I think, involvement with the law. Some situation that can be solved in this way. Doesn't mean it's good or bad. Then you have the card of teardrops. So maybe this is something that brings you sorrow. It doesn't say necessarily that you, other people who are involved maybe in the situation, are also sad. It's just a card of sorrow. Then you have the card of a gong, an excitement event. This is something that necessarily it's going to happen because it's such a gong, like when pay attention, it's not a small thing that's coming on your path. Then you have the card of cane. We see here somebody resting under a tree. The leaves are falling from the tree, and this is like using the cane. He is trying to stand up. It says, pay attention to your health. But maybe it's also a sign that you are trying too much, or you have taken too many responsibilities. And this event here, it's like to make you aware that you have to pay attention to yourself when things are getting too much. The next card for you, it's the card of the throne. This is a position of authority. In order to get there, you have to go on these stairs. So there are some steps to be done. And yes, with the right attitude, you can get there. You can get in this position. Maybe this is what you want and hope. It can also be a spiritual authority. And the next card is this of a dark man, dealing or relationship with a man with dark complexion of hair. So maybe that's somebody who's involved in the same processes with you, or somebody who will assist you to get this position. Let's put it here, or somebody can help you with your health. And then the last card, it's this hand in need of help, assistance, and guidance. So maybe you are in need of that. Maybe this man here asks for help, or maybe he's the one giving you the help. So wherever it is, maybe because you are tired or you have too much, ask for help, and the help will come. And to end the reading, I'm going to pick up a card for you from the Magical Nordic Tarot. And you get the card of Nine of Cups, good fortune. Yes. So with your power, you are empowered with this card of empowerment. You get this card of abundance, rewards, appreciation, accomplishment, like you also have it here. It's a wish card. It's like you find your dream job or your partner or the house that you were dreaming about or the promotion or the award that you wanted. Anything it's possible. It's not the card of happiness for the rest of your life, but it's a position in which you work hard, you go through a lot of challenges, and now you deserve to be happy. Your heart is going to feel empowered. You have a good state of mind, just joyful times with the loved ones, and just enjoy it. It's time for you to celebrate. Despite everything that maybe seems a little bit stressful, everything is coming out well. You just have to be aware, and that's it. In the end, no need for fears, because you still have this card of devil associated here with the Capricorn, but the Capricorn can handle it. And the imprisonment, it's all in your mind. Feel empowered. All is well. Thank you for watching. This is the reading for those of you in Capricorn, where we had the color indigo with life path number 9, the life path of altruism. With this card also are coming some nice messages I like to share with others, and that makes me happy. I also take care of myself. I know I deserve it. We are all one. We are all part of the infinite source of love. Beautiful. Yes, and with this card you get the color gold. And I found up the beautiful card from the Sacred Geometry, who has this infinity sign, because I love it. I think that this is where we have to be, in this beautiful 0 point. And this is the card of protection. Sometimes you may be more sensitive to information from outside or someone else's energy. You can learn to filter influences more consciously without having to close yourself off completely from the outside world. You can also switch from receive to send mode. This can be received, it can be sent. This helps prevent someone else's negative emotion of energy from penetrating so deeply, and you can consciously emanate your desired state of being to your surroundings. Be there in the 0 point. And with this beautiful combination of colors, the indigo and the gold, you are a very gifted person. You have really high spiritual targets, let's say. You want to let go of all your needs for material success. You focus more on how to live together with others in union, how to use your wisdom, and even how to express your true feelings of love. And you need a lot of strength and courage to do this, but with the golden color, definitely you are a winner. So we could say this is the color of the sun. And the way I conduct these readings was to pick up a number and then see how many cards I will use from the tea leaf fortune cards, and you got the number 10. So with 10 cards, let's see what the story is for you. And the first card is the card of the rose. Romance is in the air. I will also say that lately I feel that we are all, especially women, like roses, sharing our beauty. makes us more attractive. If we are aware we are beautiful like a rose, that's not necessarily the external beauty, but that's more the inner beauty. The most common symbol for the rose is the romance, but that's also good. It's in the air. Then you have the card of the tiger. I had to think of a song. The eye of the tiger. So that is something risky going on. You know, if you try to put your hand on the tiger, you don't know how he will react. Depends so much on your energy. You are just taking a chance, and it's good you take. You have the power to do that, but just know that you are protected, and that you do something that it's challenging. And then you have this card of involvement with the law. It can be that you need to do that in order to get your rights, or somebody else is doing, but this is not necessarily something wrong, and things will get in order, because the card that comes after is this card of the unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial change. So whatever is going on, maybe with this risky thing, then if you follow your intuition, the change that is coming, it will be for the higher good of all. You also get a card of an older man, dealing or relationship with an older man, can be an authority position here. And you also get a fairy woman, dealing with relationship with a woman with blonde, gray or white hair. I will just put them here with the romance, because it can go all directions. And then you have this beautiful diamond card. You will receive or giving a precious gift. You have here the roses again as a symbol of love. You have the lilies, who are more associated with spiritual love. And you have a diamond. And this thing is not precious so much for the value, but it's for the giver or for the receiver that makes it so precious. And maybe because of the choices you make with your intuition, you will have this reward. Definitely even good luck. That's a symbol that everybody knows. No more to explain it. And then you have this waiting for the news or a package or a letter, or maybe the result of that situation with a law. But that's definitely coming, because you have here the good luck. I think we are already in the 10. And the last card, it's just the star, guaranteed success. That's it. That's all it is. In the middle, the success. And I will end up this reading with a card from the Magical Nordic Tarot for you. And you got the card number 3, the card of the Empress, the Nurturer. I am loved and happy. That was it, the guaranteed success. The Empress sits in a space full of flowers. You also had here the roses. She is surrounded by these 3 rabbits, who are a symbol of fertility. She has the northern lights above her. These are all the difficulties. They feel small and distant in the background, and now she is just ready to give birth to a new and abundant phase in her life. That's how you can understand this card. It can be a new romance, it can be a new business, it can be this new gift, friendship with one of these people. If you are willing to start a family, that's also a good sign. If not, be careful. But you have here the good luck, and you know how to make the right choices, even if it's challenging sometimes. Let's put it here with a star. I really hope these cards are having useful information for you, and the story, it's an interesting one and resonates with you. all I can say, good luck and thank you for watching.